How's it going? Ape Escape is a franchise I believe has been unjustly forgotten. Not just by its current publisher Konami, who seem to want to forget that they ever published games in the first place, but also by the gaming public at large. Unfortunately, the studio behind Ape Escape, Japan Studios, was recently disbanded in a reorganization by Sony. So I figured I should make a video on the original Ape Escape in honor of the studio that created it. The third Ape Escape game is my favorite game of all time, but I decided that it'd be better to start from the beginning. Ape Escape came out for the PlayStation 1 in 1999, and was the first game to require the use of the DualShock or dual analog controller. The game does not function without one of these controllers, because the entire gameplay is based off using the analog sticks. In Ape Escape, you're able to move your character around semi-free-roam areas like those seen in Super Mario 64 with your left analog stick, but you're also able to use the second analog stick to use various tools that help you capture monkeys and navigate the area. And for the time, it was brilliant. The game revolves around you tracking down escaped primates and sending them back to captivity with your science net. There's a super monkey named Spectre, and he stole Dr. Light's, the professor's, super monkey intelligence helmet and mass-produced it. He then used these helmets to liberate and subsequently subjugate his fellow monkeys. He then sends them all through time to assert monkey dominance in the timeline. Anyways, your job, as Spike, the child assistant to the person who fucked up so royally, to take his experimental space-time net through time to rectify this grievous mistake. The story's absolutely ridiculous, but it's a great excuse to make some interesting levels. You go through various time periods to track down the monkeys, from the days of the dinosaurs, through the Ice Age, to medieval times, and eventually modern day, or at least modern day in 1999. Spike has a wide variety of gadgets at his disposal that are given him throughout the course of the game, and they're controlled with the use of the right analog stick. The monkey net is used by flicking the right stick at the monkey that you want to capture. It's your only way of capturing monkeys on land, and cannot be used for anything else. But the monkeys won't give up without a fight. That's where the stun baton comes in. The stun baton is your main offensive gadget. You can use it to defeat enemies and to stun monkeys to make it easier to catch them by flicking the stick in the direction you want to strike, or by rotating the stick to spin it around. It can also be used to activate buttons and levers. The monkey radar allows you to detect nearby monkeys, and to learn their stats. The super hoop lets you run very fast by spinning the right stick, and can also be used offensively. The slingback shooter is your slingshot. Pull back on the right stick like you would the band on a slingshot. The Sky Flyer lets you jump up to higher areas and hover by rotating the right stick. The RC car will move in the direction you point the right stick, and can be used to push buttons on the ground or scare monkeys out of small areas. Lastly, you have the Punch Glove. It's basically the stun baton, but more powerful and less fun to use. There are also two vehicles, a rowboat and a tank. The rowboat is controlled by using the left stick as the left oar, and the right stick as the right oar. If you rotate the left stick, it'll turn the rowboat right, and if you rotate the right stick, it'll turn the rowboat left. If you rotate both sticks at the same time, you'll go forward. This was very confusing to me as a kid, and I struggled a lot during these rowboat sections. I've gotten a lot better, but I'm still not great at it. It doesn't help that I'm scared of deep water in video games, and there are a lot of things in the water waiting to attack you. The tank controls are actually similar to Katamari Damacy. You push both sticks forward to go forward, or both sticks back to go back. Push the right stick to go left and the left stick to go right. I really like the tank sections, but there are only two of them near the end of the game, and I really like to see them used more. The monkeys have varying levels of perception, intelligence, and physical ability, which changes up how you have to go about dealing with them. The monkey shorts are clear indicators of their abilities. Monkeys in dark blue shorts are really fast and will likely outrun you. Monkeys with light blue shorts are very timid and will usually be hiding somewhere. Monkeys with black shorts are usually very aggressive and are armed with machine guns. All monkeys have different names and personality traits that can be seen on the monkey radar gadget, and after you capture them. The monkeys don't have as much personality in this game as they do in later games. They don't wear any special costumes, or have a bunch of pop culture references, but they do still have their own charms. Most of the game is pretty easy, but I found the last 2 levels were significantly more difficult than the rest of the game. The voice acting in this game leaves something to be desired. It is a PS1 game, so you can't expect too much, but it feels like no one really wants to be there.
Spectre, what's going on here? What are you planning to do?
However, it is still incomplete. It's never been tested and may be very dangerous to use.
There's no stopping us now. The future is mine!
What's happening? What's wrong with you?
And how is everything coming along?
Everything is under control and coming along very nicely according to plan.
Very good.
Woo! Please help me! Professor, Natalie, I'm here. Don't worry, I'll get you out of here.
That's the thanks I get? Hope you didn't hit your head too hard.
The graphics are relatively good for a PS1 game, but larger levels do have problems with draw distance due to hardware limitations. There's also this level. I fucking hate this level. I hated this level as a kid too. There are also Spectre coins hidden throughout the game, which unlock minigames in the hub world. The first minigame is Ski Kids Racing. This is a skiing game where each analog stick controls an individual ski, and you have to tilt them together to make turns or brake. If you keep your skis parallel for a couple seconds, you'll get a significant speed boost. It becomes much harder to control.
Deja vu, I just been in this place before.
I was terrible at this minigame. I'm not sure if I picked the wrong character by choosing the professor, but I remember this minigame being pretty hard as a kid. I'm not really sure why they chose this strange paper style for the characters in this minigame. It's not bad, just a strange choice. The second minigame is Spectre Boxing. This game is essentially Wii Boxing, but instead of using the Wii Remote and nunchucks as your fists, you use the left and right analog sticks as your fists. The monkeys you can play as and fight against are absolutely horrifying. I really don't like their chest hair. I couldn't figure out how to get a solid hit in, or how to effectively block. My strategy pretty much just boiled down to spinning the analog sticks in circles and just hoping for the best. The last minigame was by far my favorite. Galaxy Monkey is your basic twin-stick space shooter. It doesn't have much depth, but sometimes the simpler is the better. There's also a version of Ape Escape for the PSP that doesn't use the right stick, because the PSP didn't have one. I'm not a fan of this version because the analog sticks are what this game was designed for. I would love it if Konami decided to re-release it in some way, or for them to decide to make an Ape Escape 4. But who am I kidding? This is a company that chose to remaster Metal Gear Solid 3 as a pachinko machine, so I wouldn't hold my breath. So if you liked the video, a like would go a long way. I plan to make videos on the other 2 Ape Escapes, so subscribe so you won't miss them. Spike, I hope you get this message. The Pentagon found out about the time machine. It's too late for me and Natalie. Forget what you saw here. You need to change your name and start a new life far away from here. The CIA's apes are far stronger and more brutal than Spectre's army. Oh god, they're almost in. No, please stop, you monsters! I was going to be a king!